Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back today for another video. Today, starting off a little bit of a new series. This is going to be the Cavalier Challenge type series. So currently, Kabam said for every new month of Cavalier, and things might get changed because this was the first month for it and everything. What they said that they want to do is each different month have a different objective. So you complete this objective and then you get a reward. And this, I don't know if they're going to keep this the same reward, but this first Cavalier month is use a team of 4 stars to clear one path in each quest. And if you do that, you get 10% T5 CC crystal, not a selector, a crystal. Which is really good for us super endgame players. We are thirsting for that tier 5 class catalyst to try to get ourselves closer to that next rank 3 that we're really after. Me especially really want to rank through my human torch, so I'm really trying to get all the science I can get. Unfortunately, if you guys saw the Treasure Island runs that I did in the opening, you see that I did not get science from the crystal. But yeah, so this was my way earning it. So I got a full team of 4 stars, and my goal for each quest is to get through without using any items. If I can do that, it's perfect. That's the goal. We won't always be able to accomplish that goal, but as close to it as possible. So using 4 stars with Cavalier, there's been a lot of different opinions about Cavalier. It's pretty interesting, honestly. I think I need to watch some more videos in full. I saw Seaton's first video on it. I haven't seen Brian's video on it yet, but I feel like they're kind of opposing each other a little bit. Not so much on the reward aspect. Actually, I don't know. I didn't watch Brian's video. I gotta watch it to really see for myself. But I thought Cavalier was actually pretty good for the 4-star aspect. On most quests, there's one path that seems pretty easy. And I usually tried to save that one for my 4-star runs, and it wasn't like unbearable or anything. Like, it was quite reasonable with the 4 stars for the most part on most quests. So yeah, what you guys are gonna see in this series. And also, the cool thing of why I wanted to do this as like a video series, just so that for this month of Cavalier, if you guys are trying to work towards that 4-star challenge and you may be struggling a little bit, you can just kind of see what I'm doing to get through it. And then, you can use the same team as me or a similar team and see what kind of strategies I'm using to get through it, and just, do what I do. That's what I used to do when I was playing this game. I'd see how some people got through certain content and then just mimic it and then get through myself, So yeah, so this first one is the first quest here. Boost skill champions. Each quest boosts a specific class, which is very unique, and I kind of like how they did that. I think some of the bonuses could have been better, but some of them were like really good. Like the final quest, the Mystic one, was phenomenal, man. The prowess gain from that, it's probably my favorite one. And we bring in the 4-star Scarlet Witch for that. Oh my god, dude, she makes the 5-star Scarlet Witch look bad. The gameplay that we did with her comparatively, because there's so much prowess. The special 2s hit so hard. That's gonna be a good one. But yeah, so for the skill one, how it works is every time, I think it's a bleed debuff expires off the opponent, you get a fury passive stacking up to 20, which is, pretty good. For this fight here, I'm using my 4-star blade. Got Ghost Rider with me as a 4-star as well, so it's giving me some danger sense, which is nice. This entire quest also has polka dot power, which is really annoying. It makes you can only gain power from having a damage over time effect on the opponent, and you slowly gain power, which is really annoying, and a lot of champions really won't be able to gain too much power in this quest. But yeah, Blade, he's doing alright. I could have ripped an L2 to finish this fight here, but I'm instead just going to try to regen as much as I can. I'm running the Suicide Mastery, so my regen is like 30% reduced because of that poison. But we're healing a decent amount. The main reason that I brought Blade and Ghost Rider for this quest was there's a MODOK who looks a little bit tough, so yeah, I brought Blade for that. But I actually messed up. When I was looking for the easy path on this quest, I was looking at the teleporters, and I only looked at the left side of the quest. I didn't notice that there was these fights on the right side. I didn't even see these 2 fights right here, so I was a bit shocked. So I don't know if this one was the actual easiest path on the quest, but It's the one I'm doing anyway. So yeah, the Yellow Jacket went pretty good. And then next up here we have a Sorcerer Supreme, who can be kind of annoying. You know, she gets that passive power gain, which is pretty annoying, and you know, she can start applying all kinds of stuff to you. She can get the armor breaks on you, and those armor breaks are pretty thick, and I struggle to evade her L1. I've honestly never tried. So what I'm going to do is try to parry the first hit right here, and then evade the last hit, just to kind of minimize the damage, kind of like what I do with Korg's L1, just to kind of minimize damage while, you know, not playing too risky. Right here I get hit by the L1. Luckily we don't die. I'm healing a little bit from the slow debuff, which is good. There's still I'm trying. My goal here is to come out of this fight with my my life model decoy still active, you know, ideally. But here we're gonna push the L2. The L2 super easy to evade, nothing to worry about here. She's also gonna apply an armor break, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's good for the willpower, but it's bad because on the special one, we're gonna take more block damage. And there's 2 of them on us now, so you can see a little bit more block damage there, but we're okay. I'm almost dead here. I feel like I'm going to lose my my real McFury here, and yeah, I do. The block damage is too much. Right here I get intercepted as well, but it's a good time to get hit because we were regenning so much. She actually nullified my Fury buff as well, which is really annoying. I really hate when that happens. So yeah, that's not good. This fight is not going very well, man. It's not going very well at all. But push her to another special 2, and we're actually healing too much from willpower, so we're triggering the degen that Nick Fury gets when he's above 30%. But yeah, we finished the fight still at 30%. It's okay. I mean, it could have been worse. We could have just totally died. But now the next fight we got up here is the big bad MODOK. So yeah, this was a fight that I brought Blade for. Nick Fury could be really good for this fight too, if you can get to the state where he's unblockable. Oh, that'd be great. That's what I did for the Abyss of Legends MODOK. Nick Fury was phenomenal for that. So yeah, here we're going to be going Blade, and this fight goes, it's okay. You know, it could have went better. I don't know, taking a lot of block damage, you know, trying to play sort of safe, regen up a little bit. Maybe it would have been better without suicides as well, because, you know, he's kind of reversing my willpower healing on his special ones when I bait them out, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, the block damage definitely stacks up throughout the fight, using 4 stars against, you know, 6 stars. But we do have the evade charges from having Quake and Nick Fury on the team, which is really nice. So evade charges can definitely save you. But yeah, I'm just trying to play kind of safe here. You know, every time I parry as well, I'm applying a bleed, which is important for the polka dot power. It's also important for the passive furies that I'm trying to get. So yeah, that is a factor in that. And right there, man, that was so weird. I resisted some of his heavy, and I evaded some of his heavy. I got hit by some of his heavy. Got like all 3 things that could have happened right there happened, which is kind of funny. But yeah, this fight's not looking too good now. We lost a lot of health at this point. We're kind of on death's door. I'm just trying to regen, trying to stay alive here, but it's not looking too good. Again, our regeneration rate is decreased because of that poison. My blade is Sig 99. I've had him at Sig 99 for a very long time. But yeah, we're doing some pretty decent damage for a 4-star at this point, you know, with all those passive furies, with danger sense, 6,000 mediums. That's pretty solid, you know. That's not bad. But we're just gonna die to block damage. But you know, we took off a lot of that MODOK's health, so take it. I think we're gonna finish with Quake actually. Yeah. So this was recorded a little over a week ago. This was recorded last Thursday. So you know, my Quake has gotten a fair bit better in the last week. I've just been practicing Quake quite a bit, but my Quake was pretty good at this point. I don't think I've ever quaked a MODOK at this point. Maybe I remember quaking one in the incursions with Brian, and it went pretty well. This might have been after. I think this was after that. So I had a little bit of experience quaking MODOK, but I've always been kind of scared of quaking MODOK, because I remember a long time ago when MODOK first came out, people said that you couldn't quake him because of his heavy attack. Now, this was years ago, so it was before the Quake meta really got to where it is today. Back then, people also said like you couldn't Quake stun immunity. Like Quaking has evolved so much since then, and there was people that could do it back then, but you know it was a lot more rare. But yeah, so I've always just been in the back of my head, just kind of hesitant to Quake MODOK because it is heavy against the wall, you know. But playing with deck style, you know, the opponent rarely throws that heavy attack, so you don't really have to worry. So yeah, Quake clean that up, no problem. And the next up here we have a Dr. Voodoo, and I was just like looking at my team. I'm like, let's just Quake it again because you know class advantage, and you know I don't really want to use Medusa because I'm trying to save her for the boss. The boss of this first quest is Warlock. I thinking Medusa would be really good for that. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a little bit of Quake action here. Yeah, my Quake's been getting pretty good. I don't think I've Quaked Dr. Voodoo before, but you know, it's Dr. Voodoo. You know, not a whole lot to worry about against this guy. We're not gonna gain any power because the polka dot power anyways, so you know, whatever, we don't need power with Quake. It's kind of annoying just because you know we're using a 4-star. It's a 5-star, sort of sped things up a bit. But yeah, 4-star Quake, man. This is one of the reasons why like being able to Quake is just like so overpowered, because Quaking with 5-star and a 4-star is the exact same thing. You know, the only difference is 4-stars aren't allowed in Act 6. But anywhere outside of Act 6, you know, if you can Quake, you can do it with a 4-star. Pretty much. Most places. Like there's a couple star level restrictions like in variant 4. But yeah, like outside of those very select areas, yeah, it's just gonna be a longer fight if you have a lower star level Quake. That's why, like, if I was to start a new account and I got a 4-star Quake, man, I'd be able to get through a ton of content with her alone, you know. And it's kind of ridiculous how overpowered she is, if you can really play her right. But yeah, it does. To be fair, it does take a certain degree of skill and practice to get good at Quaking, but honestly, like, it's not that hard to really learn if you actually like dedicate some time to it and really try to figure it out. But yeah, so we got 2 more fights left. We got a Sunspot, and then this is kind of like the mini boss of the quest. He doesn't have the normal nodes. And then we also have the big bad Warlock boss. And the Warlock boss I was really kind of scared of, because first of all, I hate fighting Warlock. Second of all, I hate Warlock's abilities where you want to change your masteries. Like any fight that I change my masteries for, it's like, ugh, it's just a bother, you know? So I was like, who can I bring for that fight? And I'm like, wait, Medusa could just shut him down and cover all those areas that I needed her to cover. But first up we have this Sunspot, and I was like, you know what? Let's bring out Ghost Rider, you know? Why not? I have not used my 4-star Ghost Rider seriously. Oh my god. Probably since I was in For Loki, like, before I left For Loki years ago. I remember I used to always use this guy in map 6. All the time. He was my MVP. 4-star Ghost Rider was my MVP for map 6, man. He put in so much work back in the day. And it was really nice to use him. It was really nice to use him again. It felt great to play with him. I really wish he got a bit of a buff. You know, I don't even know how you could buff him. But yeah, he could really use just a small, not even not like an overhaul or anything, just like a couple, a balance change, like an increase to a couple of his abilities, you know. It would be so beneficial to him. Maybe a way to make his Fury like a permanent one or passive or something. Great, that'd be so much better. And maybe a way to trigger multiple judgments or something. I don't know, but it just Ghost Rider is just such a cool character, man. He looks so cool. Also, give this man some Incinerate immunity. Jeez, man, why is Ghost Rider not Incinerate immune? The man can use Hellfire, like, the dude's on fire. Like, come on, dude. You gonna tell me that these two dudes on fire. One of them is immune to fire, and the other is not. Like, I don't know. And the other dude that's on fire, Human Torch, is immune, but another dude that's on fire, Dormammu, is not immune. It boggles the mind. I honestly can make an entire video talking about immunities that just don't make sense in this game. Like, why the heck is Iceman not immune to Iceman? That literally makes no sense. You're gonna tell me that Iceman takes cold snap damage and gets cold? What? Really? What? That always confused me, man. I don't know. Like I said, I could literally make a whole video talking about it, about champs that should have immunities and stuff. And I get that, like, some champs don't because, like, it'd be too overpowered or something, but at the same time, there's very few champs that something like that would apply to. Because, for example, Ghost can shrug off any single type of debuff that's damage over time. That's so overpowered. So, yeah. But this fight's going pretty well. We used up our evasion charges. They've been kind of saving us. We've been taking a lot of block damage towards the end of the fight here. I'm not sure what happened to my block. It must be one of the nodes, but the block damage just became ridiculous. So I started just going for intercepts, and yeah, there he threw his special, so we died. But Ghost Rider, it was really fun to use him, honestly. I had a good time using him, and we took him down, which gets me excited because there's a synergy. And there's been some teasing about Cosmic Ghost Rider, so that would be dope, man. That'd be super dope to get Cosmic Ghost Rider this year. But yeah, we're just going with Nick Fury, clean with that Sunspot, and we're good. So all we got left is the Warlock boss, and so far, you know, we're so good. So far, so good. No items used. We still got Medusa full health, which is good, and we also have Quake, who's kind of my backup for this fight, because you know, with Quake, he won't get a bar of power. There's nothing that should stop me from being able to Quake this fight, but I don't really want to Quake it, you know. I'm sure that I could, but that's boring, long, and Medusa's a much better option, so we're gonna go for Medusa. So what we gotta do is get this fool armor shattered. Once we do that, he's locked down. So here we're gonna drop this special one, and it's good because I've been using my Force Number Medusa. You know, we used her a fair bit fighting Silver Surfer, so yeah, that's great. So now we have him armor shattered, and now we're pretty much good to go. We're just going to go for intercepts all day long here, and he is locked down, and we're good. And so the plan is just to get to special 3, drop that, and that'll trigger another armor shatter, and we'll be good. Right there, he played a little funky, and we didn't get the intercept, but we got those evade charges, so they saved us. So with those, you know, I can play a little bit more recklessly than normal. Which is great. And yeah, dude, Medusa is just slicing this Warlock up. Class advantage, some Furies. I was debating bringing Black Bolt and Karnak just to boost her even more, but she doesn't need it, man. Medusa on her own is more than enough for this fight at a 4-star level. You know, imagine a 565, she would just absolutely tear this fight up. It makes me realize I've been sleeping on Medusa a little bit, you know, over the last year and a bit, I'd say, maybe even longer. But yeah, Medusa, she's an absolute beast, man. Summoner Showdown made me appreciate her a lot more. And yeah, dude, just as a 4-star, she is just ripping up this Cavalier boss, man. I was really, really impressed. So yeah, we got 2 armor shatters on him at this point. And yeah, he's at 20%. We're almost done here. A little bit of lag. But yeah, my plan is just to get to a special 2 and just rip that off, and that should be enough to finish the fight. So still going for a couple more intercepts here, get to that special 2, and we're just gonna let it rip, and he's dead. So there's the first quest of Cavalier done with all 4 stars, no item used. Our goal was accomplished, mission completed. There we go. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. We lost a couple of our soldiers along the way. Rest in peace, Ghost Rider. But we got through, no problem. So yeah, there's the first quest. And then it's important, you gotta do these in order, actually. You can't do them out of order because then you have to go to this. And you wanna make sure you claim it right after you do it. Because then you might do the next one. It might not count until you claim the previous one. So just to be safe, I like to always claim them, get out of the way. And then you do the second one. So let me know what you guys thought. Did you really enjoy this? Do you guys want to keep seeing the rest of the quests? Let me know. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for some more content. Let me know. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.